Alright guys, good morning. Happy Thursday. This is Art Starters, and today I'm going to do something that I think is really, really cool. First of all, I want to make sure that I am recording. So give me just a second. Yay, okay. Alright, so today this is one of the more fun Art Starters that I've done. This is going to be a colored chameleon of your choice, and in the background I've got some crazy monkey rainforest stuff going on. I might have to turn it down some in a moment. But anyway, I am going to create this chameleon. I want you guys to first of all realize that there's so many different types of chameleons, but they're all really comical. They're really super cool guys. So this is really about color pattern more than anything. So I want you to be thinking about that. I want to show you this. I don't know if you can see this or not, but these little guys, I'm just going to scroll through here so you can see. They are so stinking cute, first of all, but they're so different and so creative. So what you're going to do, you can either research if you want to, or you can go with my guy. But I'm going to begin by body shape. And again, you are creating your own little thing here. But I'm going to start with the shape of a chameleon, which they have kind of a square head, and then they have this massive little round body, and then this curled tail at the end, and then they have these really odd legs, and they're always precariously balanced on something. So their back legs and their front legs are honestly about the same size. So I'm going to put them in, and they have 3 toes, I think, on each foot, or maybe more, but I only saw 3, so I'm going to maybe actually move this leg down so you can see the other toes, and kind of put this in, and then they have this super awesome, big, huge eyeball, so I want to make sure I get that in, and then they have kind of this little grouchy, snarly face, and sometimes they have this big, I don't know, like a reptilian frill that comes out. They look very much like a dinosaur. So I'm gonna start with this guy. So I've got the basics of him, so you guys can see better, and you can make yours short and fat. I think they're awesome if they're like little chunky ones, or you can make yours more like mine, but I'm just going to begin drawing now. And what I'm doing now is, remember, I did the structure first, which is the underlying shape or foundation of my drawing, and now I'm doing the form, which is, as my daughter would say, is when you go back in and you would put the skin on. Okay, so I'm going to make this guy kind of cartoony, and I'm going to have his mouth open a little bit, and I think a lot of times their bottom lip sticks out just a little bit more than their top lip, so I'm going to put that in there. And then I'm going to start with these lovely little spikes. And this was his ear, by the way. And they have this really weird eyeball that kind of stripes out away from the rest of the face. Alright, and then I'm just going to begin filling him in. I'm going to give him some claws and little knobby elbows. Remember, if you get behind, because I'm drawing very quickly for time's sake, you can absolutely pause this to continue. But I just want you guys to have fun with these, because chameleons are funny anyway, and I'm going to kind of give him a cartoony look. So he's not necessarily a realistic chameleon, but he kind of is. And then I'm going to have their back kind of arches up, and there is this separation between their stomach and the rest of their body, much like a snake or another type of a reptile would do. And they're always precariously balanced on something, so I'm going to make him balanced on maybe a few leaves or something. I don't know. He's hanging on to some kind of branch here. I don't want to be too detailed with what he's working on or what he's hanging on. I want to focus on this guy. And then the whole purpose of this drawing is to be very creative. I'm going to give him some spikes And you guys can give yours spikes all over if you want to, down his spine, or you can just do it sporadically. I'm just doing it sporadically because I want him to kind of look like he's kind of goofy a little bit, because they are little goofy guys. When you think about it, Cameleon is one of the strangest animals, but how cool is it that we get to draw them? So then you're going to go in and you're going to, almost like little zebra stripes, you're going to make these random stripes across his back and across other parts of his body where his tail goes down. And there's no wrong way to do this. This is your own design, your own little chameleon guy. These look super cool when they're done. You can use any colors that you'd like to. Think of your contrasting colors, from your color wheel. Colors that are directly across on the color wheel are contrasting colors. They look super cool together, like red and green look super cool together. They're contrasting colors. Also purples and yellows are contrasting colors. So just something to think about. But you do you. You figure out whatever colors you want your little guy to be, and you have fun with this. You can make him short and fat. You can make him long and skinny. This guy's kind of long and skinny. And then you go in with your details. Don't forget at this point to erase all of your pencil lines. So we're going back in here and erasing all of the pencil lines like magic. The reason why we do this is because we want our picture to look clean and professional when it's finished. And when you are using, in this case I'm using markers, sweeping it right on off to Miss Rinkin's floor so Mr. Rinkin can clean it up later. Totally kidding there. Mostly. So anyway, there we go. And from here you can start adding your colors. So I'm going to start with a base green, because if these guys are just hanging out, they're not trying to blend into anything, I am pretty sure they are green in color. Don't quote me on that, because I am not a chameleon expert. I just merely Googled it. But I'm going to start with some greens, kind of put a little bit of green throughout his body, and then from here, you're going to begin coloring him in. This is a super fun project. I hope you guys, this makes you happy. This is something you can do that is super fun. The shape of a chameleon is not terribly difficult to create. So I'm hoping that you guys are having a good time creating these. I would love, again, to have some of these finished so I can put them into the gallery for the school. So please, 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 foxes, send me your work. I hate for you guys to think I'm begging, but yes, I am resorting to begging, and it's okay, because I want your stuff bad enough to plead with you for it. So send me some good stuff. Alright, whether you are a teacher, whether you are a student, I need some feedback here. Motivation is for the masses. So, and also for little art teachers stuck in their house for, good Lord, I think we're going on 3 weeks. I don't even know anymore. By the way, what day is it? No, just kidding. I don't know. I'm working ahead of schedule. Anyway, so I'm just putting this in here. Adding whatever colors you want to. And now we can go back in and just, you're building it up. No right or wrong way to do this. And I think I'm going to end our lesson here because I am out of time. But the last thing you would do once you had finished this little guy up is you would go in and, where did I put my other chameleon? Oh, right over here. I'm going to back it up a little bit so we can see a little better. Alright, two little groovy chameleons going on. And notice that this one has some outlining. So what you can do, guys, is go in and begin to outline. And I kind of like this kind of wiggly outline that is more illustrative in nature. So that's what I did with my first little chameleon. So I'm going to do the same thing here. But you would fill it in. And again, the outline is the icing on the cake. If you were illustrating, you would want to do your best job. And it would just be filling in. And you look, I mean, it makes such a difference. If you look at his stomach and then you look at his stomach now, see how much better that looks? It is like I said, icing on the cake. It's the fun part. Okay, so I hope you guys have a great day, foxes. I hope that you have learned something, and I want to see these chameleons. So don't be spooked out by how difficult they look, because believe it or not, these guys are pretty simple in nature. And we're doing a side view, so side views are not as tough as some other things. So I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and sending you love.